Hey everybody! Back for part 4 and hopefully the last of the Q&A sections right before we do the drawing for the big winner of 500 subscribers. To kick things off or to wrap things up, to kick off the wrap up, we've got Aiza Khan or ACICON. Aikicon, excuse me, I know I'm messing up these names. I am sorry, guys. But what other YouTube reviewers do you watch outside of items you collect? And do you watch reviews of Japanese toys or model kits? I don't. I really don't. I should. Some of them are really good. But of other reviewers that I watch, I love Red Letter Media. If you haven't checked out Mr. Plinkett, watch his channel. Look him up. Red Letter Media. Trust me on this one. That is hilarious. SF Debris. If you are a Star Trek fan, particularly if you're a Voyager or Enterprise fan, I'm warning you ahead of time. But if you like DS9, it's a really, really great set of reviews that he does. And then, of course, Ill Will Press. For anyone who doesn't know Ill Will Press, that's Foamy the Squirrel. Some deep squirrely wisdom to be found there. And, of course, Mr. Van Hammer. I used to collect 40K. I used to play 40K. And watching the work that he does on his miniatures, on his Space Wolves, as well as the Bretonian army that he has put together, it's hard to stay out of it. It's expensive. So I don't get into it again, but looking at the stuff he puts together is awesome. So those are some of the other reviewers and some of the other people that I watch. ZTP Nightmare, what's your favorite comic book story arc, and who's your favorite character to read in comics? Well, that's kind of an easy one because I think the Death of Superman, the Reign of the Supermen, and then the Return of Superman, that story arc has had far-reaching elements. I mean, certainly the longer it goes, the thinner the strands become, but that is a fantastic story arc that had repercussions throughout the DC universe, even all the way up to the Blackest Night series. So the Death of Superman is by far one of my favorite story arcs. The Death, the Reign, and the Return, I should say, the three-parter. Now, who's my favorite character to read in comics? Lobo. I love reading Lobo. He doesn't really get his own title very often, and when he does, it's usually a miniseries or a graphic novel, and it's always great. I mean, it's always fantastic. There's always a lot of entertainment value in Lobo titles, so that's my favorite. Let's see. Jokerface. Jokerface actually had several questions. The first one is, what's up with the whole review spot bite? Backdrop, filming style, intro, even the choice of figures. What's up with that? I was going to skip this question because I get this a lot. I actually get that a lot. Yeah, I was going to skip this one, but honestly, as far as I will admit that yes, there is a distinct similarity between what I do and how the review spot does his. I will not lie. I'm not going to try and say that I've in no way been influenced by what his channel is like. But to say that, and it has a lot to do with the backdrop of it. I mean, black is just a very nice way to show off figures. But filming style, if by that you mean why don't I appear myself on camera, that's not something exclusive to the review spot. Lots of people do it that way. I don't do it because I don't want people looking at me. I want you to see the figure and hear what I'm saying. I don't want you looking at me going, man, is he dressed like that all the time? Or, man, I got that shirt. I don't want that. I don't want that. So, that's why I don't appear on camera. Intro style, see, that's not even the same. And even the choice of figures, see, I can't respond to that because I don't think I don't think that the review spot's the only one that does the same kind of figures I do. There are a lot of people who do these figures. Review Spot's certainly one of the biggest ones, and I don't think anyone can confuse which of us is the Coke and which is the generic store brand. Okay, there's no comparison. But bottom line is that I get a lot of these comments, and I'll be honest with you, this is the last I'm going to respond to this. I'm not going to respond to anybody else who brings this up again. I've got a lot of respect for the Review Spot. And if at any point he comes to me and lets me know that he thinks that maybe at this point, with the time that's passed and where I am, maybe it's time I should try something different, then I will do that. Because I respect the Review Spot. But, I don't want to hang on this one. What do you do for a living? This is still Jokerface. I work for insurance. I don't sell, but I work for an insurance company. I work for an auto insurance company, and they're very particular about what you say about them on social media sites. So I'm not going to say who it is or exactly what, but yeah, I work in the insurance division. What's your significant other, i.e. friends, family, girlfriend, or wife, think of you collecting? Well, I've already talked about my friends and family. They're not particular about it. They're pretty happy whenever I get something good. We can sit down and share swap stories, and family, they don't care one way or another really. Girlfriend or wife, I'm not married. No ring. Not yet. Girlfriend, most of them are pretty okay with it. They know well ahead of time what I'm like. I've got figures at my desk at work. I've, got the Toy Fair magazine, a couple of back issues in my car, actually. So it's something where, there's no real surprise. There was one girlfriend I had who was openly hostile about the fact that I would collect figures. Like it was personally offensive to her if I went down to toy aisle when we were out shopping, or if I said I wanted to make an extra stop at Toys R Us or something. She took it as a personal offense. So that didn't last long. that one didn't get a call back in a hurry. But other than that one incident, no. I mean, it's something where we're all understanding each other. We're all on the same page, and we kind of leave each other alone as far as if there's something one of us is interested in and the others aren't. Don't really give each other too hard a time about it, except to maybe razz us every now and then. And he continues to ask, ever regret start collecting a line you wish you didn't? Well, not really, because I'm willing to try a line out, but if I don't really click with it, I don't really go with it very long. So far, the closest I've got is the Marvel Universe, because I'm still very much on the fence with it. There hasn't been a figure, except for Thor, and even that one's been it has some issues, but none one's really clicked with me. So I'm trying it. It may end up being the first one that I actually regret collecting, because I never found one that I clicked with, but that may be the only one so far, and I'm still trying that one out. If you should pass away, who's entitled to? And then it cut off. I'm guessing he meant to my collection. The answer to that is probably pretty simple, and let this be the official record on it too, is if anything happens to me, if I were gone, I would want my entire collection sold off, either as a lot or individual figures, whatever's going to get the best price, and basically have the entire proceeds of that sale go to some type of charity. I'd want some kind of charity to be the beneficiaries of what I've collected. So, an animal charity, an orphan's charity, a food bank or charity there. There are so many to choose from. I want the proceeds either given to one in particular or split up among a couple of different ones. So that would depend on who is the executor of my estate. But if anything happened to me, that's what I want. I want my collection sold off, and then the money's given to charity. Okay. Now John 11756. He asks, where do you buy your Marvel figures? It's a a good question because there's 3 different categories. For my Marvel Select, I go to the comic shop, the one that's way across town. It's called Dragon's Lair Comic and Fantasy. And I'd really like to do a review of that store, actually. I'd like to show you people what it looks like inside. For my Marvel Legends, well, I've got a lot already, but when I try to complete a set, I'll usually go on eBay or Amazon to find the missing piece. So that's where I check for my missing pieces on my Marvel Legends. And for Marvel Universe, I just chuck local box stores, Target, Toys R Us, Walmarts, places like that. Marvel Fan FBI 10. How big do you think your collection is, and would you ever trade any of your figures? You know, this just reminded me, I didn't say it when we first kicked this off, but this is marking my 200th upload. Actually, I'm now 3 videos past it, but this marks my 200th upload. So this has been a real milestone for the channel. Thank you guys. Thank you everybody. You know, that is so cool. I didn't even remember to mention it when I started this. My 200th video. That is very sweet. But by virtue of how many videos I've done, tells you that it's several hundred figures. I couldn't give you an exact figure. They're scattered all over the place, but several hundred. 3, 4, maybe. I couldn't say for sure. And as far as trade, it would depend on what I'm being asked to trade and what I'd be after. So, you know, like any good trade, you know, I want to make sure that it was worth me doing. Madam Fordart asks, here's a question for you, though I'm not sure you'll be able to answer, and this is the last one, guys. As you know, Green Lantern has gone from having a few villains and a memorable secondary characters to hundreds. Which non-main character from Green Lantern series is your favorite? So for instance, no Hal Jordan, Kyle, Guy, John, or Kilowog. Which would you most likely see made into a figure? That's the last question. And it's a good one because the answer is I would want to see Carol Ferris. Now, some may argue that she is a main character, but I'm not talking about Starfire. Oh, no. Oh, that's the alarm. Okay, we'll see if we can do this. She is Starfire, but I don't want a Starfire figure. I want Carol Ferris. I want her just in her regular business costume. She's not someone who shows up regularly. I wouldn't call her a main character, like an actual Lantern character. She's had some parts to play, especially recently with the Blackest Night, but it's something where the actual Carol Ferris as, you know, Hal Jordan's girlfriend, not as Green Lantern's enemy. That's the figure I would really like to see. Okay, now, got only a few minutes left. Let's take a look. Let's get in there. Let's do the drawing. Let's find ourselves a happy camper. So we're going to go ahead. We're going to stir this up just a little bit here. Whoa, somebody jumped out. Huh. Well, I think we may have got ourselves a winner. The winner of the 500 subscribers, race to 1,000, which will be the full wave 10, and he just jumped out the bowl there, was the Death Ninja. So the Death Ninja, I'll give you a week to send me your address, and you will have a DC Universe Wave 10 Batman and Joker on the way to you, my friend. Congratulations. For everybody else, stick around. Keep watching. Tell your friends. We are now past the halfway mark to the 1,000 subscribers in the full Wave 10. So, guys, keep watching. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for your comments, your questions. Rate, comment, subscribe. Join the revolution, everyone. You have a great day. Bye-bye.